Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the weekly AMAs here on Sunday. With me, as always, is El Presidente, Enrique Berrado.
Are you calling yourself El Presidente? Oh, you're telling me.
I'm El Jefe. You're El Presidente. At least that's what it says in my title. So
that's what it says.
And Robbie Schillen, everything. He's our VP of Sales and Marketing. And
wait, I gotta change my name. All right, go. Now I'm ready.
Rob and the Rippers.
Rob and the Rippers. There you go. So sorry for the small delay getting this going. For some reason, the streaming gods just did not want to let our first attempt go live. But we, did what everybody does in technology world, gave it a reboot, and here we are. So, well, welcome everybody who's coming in, tuning in live. If you're catching this on the recording, still glad to have you here. If you have questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. Chat will show up automatically for us, and we'll be able to bring those questions in. If you're on the Discord server, jump in the AMA channel and ask questions there. Today, we're going to go through a couple different things. We'll give you some updates. As promised, I'm going to give everybody a walkthrough of the Memories NFT platform, and we're going to take questions from the audience. And we're obviously in full recruitment swing as well. So, I want to let Rob give an update there, and if Mara makes it in, we'll have her chime in. But we've had a good week in terms of recruitment, and we've landed some exciting things too. So as we go through the Memories launch, we'll talk about those, and really is going to be a game changer from that perspective. And coming in from live on the street. Brandon is right there, so he's in slow motion walking too. It's kind of like the old Jay Leno, Man on the Street.
Nice vintage Jurassic Park T-shirt. I like that.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Well, if Mara makes it, we'll have the gang all here. But we're going to get going. So, thanks everybody coming in. Hi, Cashflow Invest. Good to see you. He's obviously plugging our sister token there. He's got rockets ready to go, which we appreciate as well. We're so excited to have that. Chris, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, we're excited to go live with the platform as well, and we're going to walk through the Memories part of that here shortly. The VOYR platform as well. We'll talk about, and we're probably going to show that on Wednesday's AMA. So. Back-to-back technology previews coming your way, and we're excited about it. We definitely, as a team, have been working very hard for many months to get to this point. So, excited for that. I'll turn over to Enrique here briefly while I bring up some screens and stuff. Maybe you want to give some updates, and then
yeah, absolutely.
Rob a chance to jump in, and then we'll get into it. Yeah.
All right. So Rob, I'll start with my update. The first obvious update is, what the hell is this white thing coming out of my chin that I haven't seen in a long time? So obviously, if you were watching the previous AMA, I said that I'm not going to shave until VOYR Me comes live. So hopefully this will not look like old Van Winkle, like a huge beard that is coming down. So that's what I'm trying to do. Now, with regards to updates, obviously one of the updates that we talked about through our Telegram channel, we talked about having a connection with several individuals out of the West Coast where they're trying to put things within VOYR Me. And one of the things that we were able to talk about, or we were able to actually locked in, is we were able to lock in a poem from a very famous rapper. This famous rapper obviously has passed away, and those that may know that rapper, he created, he influenced a lot of us early in the 90s and whatnot. And there is value of this poem because it's something that is fairly touching, right? The artist is Tupac Shakur. We're still in negotiations with that, even though we have locked in the fact that one of the poems is going to land into VOYR Memories. So what we're going to be doing with that team this week is going to be talking about marketing plans, talking about how do we execute a campaign that touches the fan, and particularly what Mara likes to do a lot is what is the history of this, the history of how did the poem landed into this individual, how would the proceeds from that poem, whoever chooses to buy it, and I may be one of them, uh, goes to the charitable organizations that artist left and the estate currently manages, right? So a lot of moving pieces when it comes to that, but having something as big as a poem from Tupac Shakur is going to create a lot of emotional emphasis into that NFT artwork, and we are the platform that is going to be delivering that. And it's about teaching not only the creator or the owner of that poem how to ensure that that lands into our platform, but ensuring that the fans of that artist are able to see those things. So that was a big news. It was reported within our Telegram channel. If you were in Telegram, or if you are in Telegram and you follow us on Telegram on the VOYR official channel, you should be able to actually see some of those announcements from that. This week, what we're going to be doing is we've been very explicit about the fact that one of the creators that we're going after is OnlyFans creators. OnlyFans, you can do a lot of things on OnlyFans, but it's mostly notorious for the adult content that is OnlyFans. So as we start our campaigns, I know that Rob has done some reach out campaigns. I know that we have been contacted by several creators of that platform, and quite frankly, that platform is having some issues in the sense that it's having some issues in the sense that they're looking to diversify themselves, and quite frankly, they're not getting compensated with 100% of the royalties and whatnot. So there is a benefit when it comes to it. So I'll be working on that again. Every day, our critical path is to make sure that we can show a minimal viable product that comes to our platform, and that ensures that creators and fans can have this social exchange. So that's what I have to say on this moment. And I will leave this before I pass it to Rob. Anything that I'm saying here is still up in the air. Anything can happen, whether it's people saying, no, I don't want to do it with you guys, or no, I don't want to go with this. So I share this information almost with a safe harbor saying, hey, I'm sharing this, but because things are not fully locked in, anything can happen. So that way you understand that from our radical transparency perspective, you know everything that I know when it comes to what we're building. But from a platform perspective, that is in full motion right now. I've seen some mock-ups of it. I know Dave is going to share some of the stuff from a memories perspective. And that's all I have. Rob, what do you have to say, my friend? What do you got to share?
Yeah, love it. Thanks for those updates. I think from my perspective, so to your point, we're definitely looking at OnlyFans type creators. And one of the reasons that we are looking at that type of creator is not only do they not get 100% of the profit from their creations, but also we want to provide a home for all sorts of content, as we've talked about on these AMAs before. If you're posting content that specific platform doesn't like, you might get banned, you might get blacklisted. I know OnlyFans mentioned that they want to kind of move away from not safe for work adult content. So VOYR is a home for any and all types of creators. And so I'm very excited for this week. So we've been reaching out to artists, both fine artists, digital artists, talking about the NFTs, talking about what else you can do. And so one of the early feedbacks that I received from artists was, there are plenty of NFT platforms out there. So I'm not really interested in just minting my work on another platform. So, why VOYR? And having the ability to explain there's so much more you can not only provide an NFT in the Memories platform, but you can also engage your fans with subscription models. So we talked about potentially, offering art lessons or music lessons with a subscription to your fans. So that's very exciting. It provides a more a broader scope of engagement to your fans. So we're reaching out to those types of artists. I reached out to, musicians of all types. So I'm a musician myself. I love guitarists. I have a huge, I'm following a huge number of guitarists on social media. I reached out to all of them. I have 4 meetings this week with guitarists. I have 2 meetings with artists. I reached out to OnlyFans, talking about kind of the benefits of VOYR, and I have 3 meetings with OnlyFans creators this week as well. Everybody's interested. They want to learn more. They want to learn about the benefits, and so that's really exciting to me. And that all stems behind having a date for this launch. We've seen the interface, what it's going to look like. That's obviously very exciting to me. And now we have a tangible asset to bring to these creators to actually show them, what it's going to look like. So that's my update. I'm very excited. And again, busy week coming up.
Hey, thanks, Rob. Brandon, I know you only got a few minutes, but I'll let you chime in with anything you want to give an update before I jump into the testing.
Yeah, just really quick. Thank you all for joining. Thank you everybody for the hard work that you're doing. It is my daughter's birthday today, so we're out for breakfast right now. A little message to Enrique, you're not the only one that's got, it's coming in a little bit lighter than you would like. So definitely, I'm with you on that. But I think I'm going to beat you, though. I think I still have more dark than you do. So we got a few more weeks for this to grow, so we'll see how long it gets. But other than that, I just want to say thank you to everybody. Excited about the sister token. So we are good with a lot of stuff going on. It's been so busy, working at different hours, all different hours of the day. And, thank you all. We're excited to be able to show you what we've got. And, thank you, everybody. That's really all I got today.
Perfect.
And Dave, I'll let you take it away. Thank you.
Thanks, Brandon. Have a great one.
You too.
All right, folks. There was a question that came in: educational test, exam, certification prep. I don't know if you're asking if you can put that kind of content on VOYR. If that's the case, Chris, absolutely. We already have some people that are building out courseware that plan to use the paywall functionality in VOYR to leverage that for their additional content. We're building out a crypto university as well ourselves, and it's going to be tied in content there. And Enrique and I are bringing our podcast over to VOYR. So, the after the show content will be there as well. So a lot of different things that are going to come in and be leveraged that way. So for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited, specifically the podcast that you and I created about a year ago, Sales Burrito. We're going to be bringing it into the platform, do additional things from a podcast perspective, so we can not only reach the audience like we've been doing through Spotify or Apple Podcasts, but be able to actually provide additional content that may be exclusive content. So super excited on that.
Yep. And Diego, NFT creators will be able to mint their art in the platform. They absolutely will. They'll be able to do a couple different things. One is obviously post a catalog or a collection, as we call it, and be able to do that in a limited fashion of one of one or one of a series. They'll be able to also, if they choose to, do lazy minting or mint on the fly. And we're building that functionality in not only for the artists, but and creators, but obviously for, if you think about certain types of content, music, for example, if you create a new hot single and you want to launch it yourself and independently provide that to your fans and the community at large, you would want to be able to have as many people as possible buy and download that signal, but you still would want to track it, have the NFT benefit behind it. So you'd be able to do that. So you'll be able to do both. Also, we'll be able to do auctions. So if you have a piece that you really want to drive the highest price for, you can put it into an auction format and have that English auction or Dutch auction format. So all that will be there, and that's great.
Hey, Dave, I'm noticing your title, the janitor. Well,
I can't comment up there, Francisco, for the one comment that's in there, but I love that you did that. Yeah, not you know, the janitor goes back to the early startup days. I used to say that, you know, there are no titles in a startup. You know, everybody sells, everybody markets, everybody builds, everybody cleans the floors. So, you know, I used to say I'm CEO during the day and a janitor at night, and that's where that comes from.
Well, I definitely see it. I know that for those that know you for sure, you work your heart and soul 24/7 to make sure that you're cleaning up on aisle 7 and making sure that you give us the visions. But
yeah,
hey, the question that everybody's asking is, what is this platform? How does it look? I mean, I've had hundreds of Telegram channels, messages saying, "Hey, when does this come in?" Dude, show us what we got. What is the audio? What is it that we got here? What is it that we're seeing? What is, I talked a little bit on the show this morning on Telegram about what a minimal viable product is. So the audience is fully aware of what an MVP is. But from your perspective, walk us through, my friend.
Yeah. So I don't have my dual monitor set up here, so I got to play a little bit of screen real estate. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, I can tell you that I'm seeing it perfectly fine right now.
Yeah, I know. I need to be able to see it to scroll. So, so this is the Memories platform. If you are obviously been following us for a while, you know that Memories is going to be our NFT marketplace powered by VOYR. This is the UI design, and this is live code. The nice thing about the platform is we do have it built so that you can get right into it, start exploring or creating content right from the front page. If you want to drive into the marketplace and search for your favorite kind of content, you can quickly jump into that. And then obviously, if you're on the platform and you're logged in, then you can also get into your statistics, rankings, and see the activity that's happening on the platform, kind of what's trending over time over the last, certain period of time. So that's, the top menu. And then obviously, because we are powering this by VOYR with VOYR, your login for Memories will be your Web3 wallet. So once you've logged in and you've signed the terms of service, you will be logged in. You'll also see your current balance of VOYR and exactly how much you have on your account that's able to be spent. Or if you're the creator producing, you'll see exactly how much money you have coming in. If you want to create, you're going to click the create button. I can't show you the create workflow because that does require some of the back-end code to be done. It's popover modal. But as we go live here over the next couple weeks, the create functionality will be there. I will dive into Explore here in a second. Doing a call out, we have the ability to feature certain things, and this will not necessarily always be Tiago, although Tiago is our first committed artist that came onto the platform, so we've been featuring him in the mock-ups. This is one of his actually prized arts, and the piece is called Trust. If you know who the subject matter expert or subject person is in this, that's a great clue. I'm not going to tip the name yet because that may be something that Enrique talks about here very soon. But you'd be able to come in and actually buy that piece or bid onto it if it was in a bid. For any drops that happen, and we are going to have the ability to do live drops, so you can stage this collection and say, I want to make this collection go live on this date. We'll tie that in and feature it. Again, we're democratizing the whole concept of how artists get featured, how creators get featured. So the more content you create and push, the more opportunity you have to be kind of featured. And so it's equally democratized. It's not necessarily who's verified or who's famous. It's going to be across those types of activity levels. And again, we are going to have trending and categories as well. So we have multiple different categories on the system. We have video, we have photo, we have mixed digital arts, we have fine arts, we have trading cards. So you have the ability then to obviously see what's trending and trading in those different categories. And it's very simple to get set up on the platform. The first thing you're going to do when you come in, the first time you visit Memories, is going to be able to set up your wallet. And then if you want to be a creator, right, you don't necessarily have to go through the rest of these, but if you want to be a creator on the platform, you'll create your collection, you'll set up your wallet where you want your payments to go to, and then you'll be able to activate your NFTs for sale, either whether an auction, fixed price listings, or you can do the reverse auction where it'll decrease over time. And then obviously we have the ability for you to jump off into different areas, but the different areas again are built into our marketplace. So if you want to come in and say, I want to see all the music that's available, I can come in and filter into that category. and I'll quickly see what's available. If it's music, obviously, we're going to give you the ability to preview that, listen to that. And then, these are the ones that are static, fixed for buying. If you want to come in and see what's on auction, you come in, you can filter for the auction, and it'll give you the list of what's just on auction. If you want to look at, brand new stuff that's still on auction, these are different filters that you can stack and add, and then be able to kind of see those from that perspective. If you want to search by price, you'll be able to filter that quickly. So if you want to spend, just a certain amount, you can filter into that period, hit apply, and it'll reduce down into that. Now, granted, this is UI driven right now. There's no back-end logic, so the quick filtering isn't happening here, but it will obviously be when it's live. You can search by collection. So if you have a certain favorite, collection fan, you can go after, and then again, you can go see what's on sale, which we already have that flagged as a feature up here, right? If you are on the platform, and again, you want to kind of see your rankings over time, you can come in and quickly see, who's sold the most over a period of time, whether, last 7 days, last 24 hours, or all time on the platform. And if you only care about certain categories, you can filter by that category, and it'll cut that data down to there. Obviously, I should have picked a category that means something. You can also then search. You can search for your favorite artist. You can search for hashtags. You can search for a collection. You can search for different types of content. So that will be an elastic wildcard search that you can drive for any of those events, and that'll get you to that content as quickly as possible. If you are favoriting somebody and you want to look at it from that perspective, if you've got a collection that you're following, you can go to that collection and just see that type of collection. If you're following a hashtag, you'll be able to automatically go to and see that quick filtered hashtag as perspective as well. So we're excited about it. The platform is coming along. The UI is about 85% complete here. The back-end development is well underway. We will be bringing those two pieces together in a merge, and that merge will happen in about 10 days. And so we'll have an interactive live platform. And at that point in time, we're going to invite in some of the early creators that have already self-identified to come in and start experiencing the platform. And then we'll go through a beta testing phase for a couple weeks, and then it'll launch. It will go into directed availability, early access. We'll probably call it that for a short amount of time, because we are going to connect and cross-link the VOYR platform with the Memories platform, so that if you're posting content on VOYR and it's something that you want to then take and make a mint as a memory, you'll be able to cross-link that back into Memories and then take it through the digital collection process, minting process. Not everything that gets posted on VOYR obviously will be an NFT. It'll be up to the creator to decide if I want to put the provenance behind it and be able to put the tracking and the royalty behind it, and then drive that through. So I'll see if there's any questions. People are chiming in. They like the UI. They like how it plays. Somebody was asking a friend that streams, asked if I'll be able to live stream. He also thinks it would be cool if fans could bet on competitive matches. So Diego, there's a lot packed in that comment. VOYR will have live streaming. That much I can tell you. It won't be there day one. We will be a couple weeks behind with the live streaming engine, and that's partly because of the way we're building it out. We want to get some soak time on the VOYR platform before we turn video on. Video does put a lot of overhead on, but live video is definitely a piece of the platform. And live video for us is one-to-one, one-to-many, and it does have the tipping engine built into it. So if you have somebody that wants to do a live stream, like a gamer or a fan, was with their following their creator, they could go into that video chat experience, whether it's one-to-one, one-to-many. Live tip will be in there as well. So a lot of different use cases for that, depending on what kind of creator you are, and I'll leave that to the imagination for some creators. You'll have a lot of capability there with that. So yeah,
Dave, I know Francisco had a question when I'm putting it on the screen, basically. So until here that NFTs is published, do I have to pay for BNB fees? I think that, and this is important because, and I want to get your take on it, because a lot of people, whether it's from different NFT marketplaces that are running on Ethereum, are talking about the gas fees and all, like people are bent out of shape out of that. So what can we tell our perspective or the audience when it comes to that?
Yeah. So we are doing it with our own smart contract. It's powered by and paid for in VOYR. So once you've got VOYR in your wallet and the VOYR is on your account, let's say, all minting will happen through that. So there is obviously always a fee to make a smart contract call. And that will happen in BNB, but pricing and everything that transacts otherwise will happen in VOYR. The benefit of being on Binance, the Binance Smart Chain, is the fees are extremely low. So, minting on any other chain today can be, tens, 20s, to hundreds of dollars, depending on, what you're trying to mint. It'll be fractions of cents here still. And so that's how it'll work. We're always still going to be tied to the fact that we're token wrapped in Binance BNB. And that's going to obviously be the blockchain's transactional fee cost. So there will be that. Once you've minted a collection, though, if you're doing lazy minting, you're not paying the gas fee on every one of those. It's only to start the collection, but anything in that collection will be kind of covered underneath that one posting fee. So great question, though. A lot of great comments. Thanks for folks. Yeah, we love the layout. We love the design of memories as well. Selfishly, I'm a little bit personally invested in it because I've been.
This is not selfishly. I know that since the inception of VOYR, early in March, early April, these are some of the visions that you had, and it's super cool to see that. We've done several mock-ups, but it's really you that have been doing a lot of the, the visionary aesthetics of it and how to communicate and connect the back ends to it, right? So, and working well, obviously, with our development team. So, dude, you're
a team effort.
It's a team effort.
But I put a lot of effort into the UI. I think it's one of the many hats I wear. I do have some graphic design background, so.
Well, and we know that is also important, right? I think we've been very open to our audience when we said that everything that we're doing from a UI, from acquiring VOYR, right? We're thinking of those things that the creator and the fans, we can make it as simple as possible so that there's no issue, so they can go and do what they need to do best, which is create, mint, puts things, and then the fan be able to collect and be able to actually watch what they want to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. And I did pass over. I did respond in flight, but I didn't want to discount Atair's questions. We did get a couple questions about when we're going to list on other exchanges. One of them being Binance, one of them being WazirX. Just being completely transparent. Binance has got a heck of a listing fee, right? And it's not cheap to do. And they have certain market cap requirements and things along those lines. So Binance will not be a fast list by any means imaginary. They actually have a pretty long process to even get into the application phase. In their listing fee is $500,000. So, we're going to need to be live and transacting and have substantial volume growth before we can do that. WazirX, it's got a higher shot. It still obviously has some costs to go along with it. The exchanges that we have added, we've added strategically. We added Bitconnects early on because you're going to give us the option to mint a debit card essentially. And if you think about creators on the platform, not all of them are going to be 100% ready for crypto, right? Even though we're going to transact everything in crypto, so we want to give them the ability to be able to get easy access to their funds. That platform is going to give us that for some of our creators around the world. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, essentially it would be giving this, a co-branded Visa logo debit card that allows them to have that access. So that was the reason for Bitconnects. For TopKey or TopPi, I always butcher their name. I don't know why they come up with these hard names to say, but they essentially allow us to have the ability to transact currency exchange for a lot of our customers around the world. Again, I will say with the caveat outside of the United States, because just the way the banking laws work here. But they have a gateway for instant transactions to purchase VOYR in Visa, MasterCard, or Apple Pay. And the ability to be able to add that, and they came in, wanted to partner with us on it, honestly. And they've been a great partner. They obviously worked with us. They made the economics of it very advantageous for us. And so as you can see here, we're now available on TalkPi. But the Visa, MasterCard, and Apple Pay, if you were to click here and transact through, that's a direct transaction. You can purchase in any currency, honestly, but you can get into our currency as well. And you can do that all through this platform. So that was the reason we added them. It really was for the convenience of our community. And that's how we grow things. And if we had a chance to do other exchanges sooner, we obviously would. But just being transparent with the community, because that's what we always do. We roll with radical transparency here, and just want to be. I didn't want to discount your question. Just want to make sure that we did answer it. But that would be the current status for both of those.
I mean, we get it asked all the time, right? I've lost count on how many people have told me, "Hey, when are you guys going to be in Coinbase?" So when I talk a little bit about the fees that Coinbase wants to charge for that, it means that we have to have transactions, we have to have volume to ensure that we can then move to that next step. We see the vision, we see that we want to do it, we see the value of that. It's not that we want to do it. We just need to be strategically with operations of the organization. This is a company that we're running out of the beautiful Sunshine State of Florida, and we have to monitor what's important from those operations of our company perspective. So when the time is right, you better believe it that we're going to look at it.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And we are going to see accelerated growth once the platform comes live. That much we know. And just the excitement of this past week with the creators that we've been able to recruit, some of the value add things that we're going to be able to have on memories is just amazing, right? I mean, the fact that we're going to be able to launch our platform with a couple of world famous artists, actually more than a couple now, because Rob,
more than a couple,
has been very, very, very active. With large followings, we're talking millions of fans behind them. The Tupac poem, right? The Tupac poem was going to have a lot of marketing behind it. And the wonderful lady that owns it, she's got great ambitions of why she wants to do it. If you know anything about VOYR, we've always been tied to doing this for charitable giving. And that charitable giving piece of it is something that was very passionate to her too. So we're going to work with her. Any profits, proceeds that VOYR raises on our side of that transaction, because we do have a small piece that comes out of the tokenomics, we're going to put that back into her charity, so our charity of choice. And it's really there to kind of support not only what she's passionate about, but kind of helping the whole reason that Tupac was killed, right? I mean, helping people raise awareness, mental health, and get people out of gangs and off the street. So hearing her story really touched me, and so I'm all in to help raise that profile and do some good, along with the same time of bringing a very priceless asset to the world. And I know for a fact, because of the way the collector market works, there will be a lot of interest in it. And there's very few open market original pieces by Tupac that are available. So the fact that we'll have access to one of them is pretty substantial.
It's pretty amazing, right? And I know that when we met with her and her team this past week, I mean, to your point, specifically in the charitable contribution side, one of the things that you and I have done as founders, and also Brandon, right? It's about whatever we develop has to have a purpose and has to have some association with charitable contributions, right? So I know that this means a lot to all of us, because I don't know, because we've done a lot of things in our lives within our careers. We're a fully doxed team, and we see that there is a lot of inequality in the world, and we want to try to help as much as we can, right? So now that kind of relates to a question that I see from Francisco, which you're just showing on the screen, right? In 3 to 5 years, are you thinking of running the VOYR chain? Which I think that not a lot of people know about it, but know that, yes, VOYR Media Group is our incorporation, and VOYR Me is a brand. So walk us through what the vision on that is from your perspective, Dave.
I don't know if we'll ever mint our own blockchain. I mean, there are people that are doing that. I know SafeMoon's trying to do that now. If anything, I think you'll see us cross-chain, right? There are a lot of chains now that support smart contracts that we can get on that have lower transaction fees. I mean, we only built on the Binance Smart Chain when we were funding the company and building the company because the tokenomics work. If we had another chain like Polymatic, Polygon with Matic, or Cardano had their smart contracts out, there's a good chance we may have built on one of those as well. Ethereum obviously is where a lot of people started to build, but then the gas fees has got to be astronomical. So being that it just was cost disadvantageous to build there is the reason why we're not on one of those chains. So my vision is that we'll cross chain for sure. if we are doing a substantial amount of cross transfer, we probably will either do a linked token or build a DEX or SEX exchange, our central exchange ourselves to be able to help people cross chain the token if we have a minted token that's separate, not logically connected. But yeah, I don't see us. I don't know. I'll never say never, but I don't see us running our own blockchain, especially being a U.S. corporation. There's a lot of overhead, and it changes the legalities of some stuff as well. So from that perspective, that has to weigh into it. So next question that came in. Hey, Rob, welcome back.
I've been listening, and this is an amazing conversation. I feel like this AMA is really going to places that we haven't gone before. So I wanted to make my presence known again.
Perfect. Yeah. And Rob has got he's got a fan in his background, so I don't know if he dropped off because the fan was getting a little too loud. But
I also had a baby crying in the background.
That was the fan.
That's the fan we're talking.
Your fan, yes.
Got it.
Question: when is the realistic timeline on when the site will be fully functional, accepting content? Carl, so we are for VOYR Memories, we are about five weeks out. For VOYR, the platform, it's a little bit ahead of that. So we're looking at about 50 days for the one and about 60 days for the other. We are hoping they will converge closer. I will tell you, the Memories development team has been shaving days like nobody's business. So, for that perspective, I'm pretty excited about it. But, we still have to go through the acceptance testing phase on both of them. So I'm going to stick to the original timeline we put out, a couple weeks ago, and that's the timeline we're going to say. But we are within the Q3 timeframe. So that's when we'll be. Crazy Diamond says, in 3 to 5 years, will Facebook or Google want to buy VOYR? I'll be honest with you, we've already had acquisition offers. So, yes, there's always going to be somebody who wants to buy things. That said, we didn't build the platform to necessarily have a quick exit strategy. We are disrupting a space that, one of those companies there does a lot of market in. And, anybody who's a disruptor either gets acquired or targeted. And I've been on both sides of that spectrum. Sometimes you even get sued, just to try to stop your innovation. So, that's things we're prepared for. I'll never say never, because at the end of the day, we are, publicly held corporation or privately held, but a corporation with, shareholders and board of directors and investors. So, if we get an offer, I have a due diligence to take it to the board and let the board weigh in on the offer. And if the board says, majority of the board says they want to take the offer, then, I'll have to execute the wishes of the board. But that said, I know our board quite well, and we're all building the company for long-term growth. Whenever company I've ever started and ever built, I always focus on two things. One is build a great product and focus on customer happiness. And if you do those two things, the rest of it takes care of itself. Whether it's an acquisition, a public exit, a funding raise, whatever it may be, they all seem to fall in line. If you do those two things, build a great product and take care of your customers, then the rest will take care of itself. So, but that's where it's at. Fair question. I will like to say that if we do things right, we'll be a challenger brand, and we'll hit them when they don't see us coming.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, and we get to be VOYR is indeed the future, then one of two things will happen again. We either will get challenged back, or we'll disrupt them in a way that they have to change our business model. And if that's the case, we probably fundamentally break their businesses, because they've built it strictly around taking profit from the transactional side of their business. And we build it in such a way that they just can't operate the way we are.
Well, and it's interesting, right? Because in the startups that either you and I have built or we've been part of, right, it's all about speed and velocity and getting there first, and ensuring that what we're doing is we're breaking a lot of molds with the democratization of social exchanges, all that kind of stuff. Yes, eventually someone is going to notice this, but he who starts first and has the velocity to catapult themselves and go faster, it means that there's going to be a distance between the one that is leading and the one that just realized, right? So there's a catch-up moment, right? So that's the position that I love to be in a startup, just like this organization, is that I want my competitors to catch up, and I want to be 3-4 steps ahead of them, for sure.
That's right. Yeah, I believe in asymmetrical warfare. Hit them when they don't see you coming.
Apps like thieves in the night, literally, but in a good way of being a platform that actually brings in something that they're like, oh, wow, I didn't see that one coming.
That's right. Francisco, a great comment I can finally put on the screen. Perfect, thanks. Maybe Voyager should have an announcement group on Telegram so we know about every new project that's coming to invest in. Great idea. We'll do that. I'll commit to getting an announcements group for Voyager. We do keep Voyager Media Group website up to date. That's voyagermedia.group. You can always click on brands there and see what we're working on. But yeah, we'll get a Telegram channel going. Our safe sale division, which is we used as part of launching VOYR, is going to be launching a full-fledged suite of solutions. And we also have our media outlets, right? So Sales Burrito aside, which will be a podcast coming on the VOYR, we are collectively the three of us on the screen, plus Mara and Brandon take turns hosting the daily review show, Tokens and Tacos, and that's getting some serious traction now. And then we are launching a new branded channel called Endgame Crypto, the ultimate AMA channel. So really, if you ever think about all these tokens that come out and you always want to get a chance to have the AMA like we do with everybody twice a week, we're going to give those tokens a platform who don't have an AMA format or want a larger one to be able to come in and have the ultimate AMA showdown with us on that channel. So yeah, we're expanding, and obviously all those properties, Sales Burrito, Tokens and Tacos, Endgame Crypto, they all have a outreach on social media as well, besides YouTube. And then, as we talked about briefly when we started this show, we have a sister token that we're launching later today. It goes out at 1800 UTC, which is 6 p.m. Eastern. Or no, it won't be 1600.
Oh boy!
I got to do math. I got to take 5 hours off. It'll be 3 p.m. Eastern. It'll be Toupee token, and the reason why it's called Toupee token is it's a charity meme token that's meant to sponsor and give back to, again, our charitable cause, passion, St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, and the National Association of Alopecia Areata Foundation. So, two foundations for different reasons why people lose their hair, whether it's cancer or autoimmune disease. But it was something that we were able to do. It was something we wanted to do, a charitable token. This is kind of our first one. So that's coming out today, and we're excited about it. We're passionate about it, and it's got a fun website. So this is a VOYR AMA. I don't want to take too much time away from VOYR, but if you're interested, just go to toupeetoken.com and you'll learn about everything you need to know about that. So.
Absolutely, the alopecia association is important to me. I lost my, I personally have an autoimmune system where I lost all my hair based on that. So when we were developing the fund of Toupee, which again, Toupee, toupeetoken.com, you go there, you see it. Yes, it is a meme token, but again, when we're from a Voyager media perspective, when we create something, it has a purpose and it's something that I value. So, thanks, Dave, for actually doing that, because while I look cool and everything here, there's a lot of people that that doesn't necessarily mean that this is what they want. But I already learned to live with this, so it is what it is.
Yeah, and you have a beautiful beard.
I know. So, it's like all white, and it's like, my God, I look like Santa Claus pretty soon. We'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Let's look at see if there's any questions. Doesn't look like it. So if anybody's got one, feel free to ask it. If you want to throw it in the chat from the platform you're streaming for, we'll get you in.
Wise Presidente.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's see. So there is a question from Carl. I'm putting it in. What is the status of reviewing creator applications and how long to be accepted? That's a great question for that guy over there. Wait a minute. Over there. Yeah. There. That has the guitars, since he deals with that. So Rob, walk us through this, man.
Yeah, so great question. Now that we are in development and it's coming soon, it is imminent. So if you have applied already, we'll be reviewing those applications. You know, if you want to be a creator, then there's no reason that you can't get on the platform. I know that for the first, from now until launch, we are trying to keep that pool in beta form relatively small. So we kind of have to look at who's actually out there that wants to, and then we'll be a little bit selective, but by 6 to 8 weeks, you'll absolutely be able to log in. So I know that's a little bit gray. I don't have a solid answer, but we're working on it.
All right.
Yeah.
Hope that was a good answer to your question, Carl, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So obviously, as we wait for additional questions for the team and whatnot, obviously lots of work that we're doing throughout the next couple of weeks. Obviously, Dave talked about how VOYR Memories is accelerating, how the time that both the development teams are basic. It looks like almost like a horse race. Like one day I'm thinking that they're even, and then one day one accelerates, the other one. Are there any other things? So we've talked about creators a lot. We talked about the different markets that we're coming in. What about the fan? Like from a fan perspective, you know, what are some of the things that we're planning to do to ensure that fan, you know, has a seamless experience to come in? I know we've talked about the crypto wallet, all that, but what other things? I mean, we create marketing campaigns for the creators. We obviously do a lot of stuff with Instagram, with different hashtags. We track the telemetry of that to find out. But is there anything that is on your guys' mind from a fan perspective that we need to have in our own critical path before the launch?
Sorry, I was answering a question on Telegram. What was the question?
The question is, so we talked a lot about we talk a lot about investors of crypto, right? Which, by the way, you always need to do your own research, no financial advice. We've said that multiple times. Yep. We've talked about the creator, the benefits of the creator with 100% royalties going to the creator, the democratization, all that. From a fan's perspective, right? That fan that is just let's just say my mom wants to go into VOYR, right? Yep. What things are in the critical path from both of you's perspective to ensure that fan is able to connect properly to that creator?
Yeah, I mean, well, the first obviously is if they don't have a crypto wallet, they need to get one, right? Because you won't have an identity on VOYR without a crypto wallet. And if you need help learning about crypto wallets or setting one up, this is where Crypto University is coming into play. I saw Rob communicate with our content creator a little bit earlier today. You know, she's building out content that's going to be multi-purpose used, and it's going to be something that we can start pushing out to the community that's registered, right? So critical path, if you haven't registered or identified that you want to be a creator or a fan on the platforms, do that, because then we can get you in the drip marketing campaigns for that. But otherwise, that would be the first step. Second thing is obviously, if you are a fan and your favorite creator is not on VOYR yet, help them get on VOYR, right? Send them to be a creator. If you are a creator and you've already registered to be on VOYR and we're onboarding you, then, you know, tell your fans where they can find you, right? And I'm not saying you have to come over here wholesale and be exclusive to VOYR. We would love that, but that's not our mission, right? Our mission is to give the creators the choice and to democratize their options available to them. And so, you know, that said, if you want to keep more of your profit and you want the fan to consume that same content on VOYR, where you have a chance to either monetize it or you get your full profit for it, you have to let them know to come find us here. So, you know, and creators should be telling their fan base, hey, look, in a month or so, I'm going to be on this new platform. You know, if you want to learn about it, go here and start reading about it. And we're going to support our creators all the way through that. You know, we've got the ambassador outreach team that Rob and Mara are leading. If a creator really needs deeper assistance, you know, if maybe it's even just like, you know, I don't know how to post content on a platform, you know, or something like that, we're happy to walk through that. So, you know, reach out to us. You can always email us as well if you have questions and you don't want to necessarily fill out the form yet. Just email us social@voyr.me, and the team will get right back to you, and that'll help you. And then our community is world class. And if you're on Telegram or are willing to get on Telegram, you can join into our VOYR and Me official channel there, and that will get you obviously access to not only our team but the mods and the community that's there, and they're great. So
yeah, the VOYR Rainmakers. I mean, I will always want to have access to those VOYR Rainmakers. I mean, shout out to them. They know that I love them dear into my heart. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, I was going to add one thing to the question and what Dave was saying. And I think both of you mentioned this, but the goal is to build a great platform and make our users happy, a great customer experience. We've all been in sales, technology sales. If you're selling toilet paper or technology or a platform or whatever it is, the customer experience is everything. We are not creating this platform in a vacuum. We want the opinions of the community. And so one of the things that we are doing is we're asking creators, what are your fans like? What are your fans not like? How can we make it better for you as a creator, but also for your fans? And so we want that feedback, because that's how we are going to make it to the top, not by us just making decisions in a vacuum. We need your opinion. So, if you have things as fans that you don't like in other platforms, we want to know about it. And whether we can add them for the MLP 2 or 4 or 6, we want to know.
That's right. That is very, very right. Very right. All right. We're still monitoring for questions. Obviously, this is your show. For those that are listening, you can ask any questions, good, bad. We're going to be as transparent as we can be when it comes to all this kind of stuff, for sure. Let's see. Nothing seen so far there. I don't think I see. Actually, I haven't seen if there's anything in Telegram. Let me just check real quick.
I did. I went through. I answered a couple of questions that were sitting out there, but for the most part, pretty much taken care of. And I do have a hard stop at 11 because I've got a lot of stuff to do today for developers. I got a lot of stuff to do today for Toupee. And I still have to drive completely across the state of Florida. So
that is true. That is true. Well, I say that if we don't have any more questions, we can actually end the show. The audience knows how to reach us from multitude of channels, whether it's Telegram, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Facebook, whether it's you name it. We do AMAs every day within Telegram at 9 a.m. We try to use as much of an hour as we can, but if we don't have anything to deliver, we'll connect and we'll say, hey, here's the latest updates. Here's what we know. We give the audience the ability to chime in. And if not, they also get recorded and they get pinned into the Telegram channel. So if you want to review some of these recordings, you're welcome to do so. I see that there is a new message coming in. Let me see. Yeah. And thank you. Yes, we are, as Francisco can say, we are always reachable. And it's important for us that we can over communicate to our audiences everything that we're doing. That's how we believe. That's how we run our companies. That's how we do what we do. And then there's 2 major AMA shows. One of them is Wednesdays and also on Sundays. And I think we have the graphics somewhere here. Let me see if I can find it. I think I got it right here. There. You see, Dave? I'm getting good to be as a producer.
Yeah, I love it.
Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, 2300 UTC, and Sundays at 10 a.m. Eastern, 1400 UTC. And as you can see, when you want to connect, you want to see this live show, you can go to youtube.voyr.me, Twitch, if you prefer, .voyr.me, and discord.voyr.me. So
love it.
I'm getting good. I like this platform. It's like super awesome.
I like it too when I finally let you in.
What I like is this. When there is pictures of a bald-headed person right next to you that I can do that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's my emoji, just so you guys know. That's me. Just want to say that.
I have no idea what he's talking about. That's great.
All right. Well, listen, I don't think I see any more questions, man. So I think we can end this show. And like I always ask both of you, what are some of the parting thoughts before we end and conclude this AMA?
I'm thinking of snowballs. It's the snowball effect, and we're starting to roll, and I'm excited as always.
We're starting to see it, right? Like you're
starting to see it.
Meetings next week. I'm booked with meetings next week. Like we're all starting to see this influx of creators saying, "Tell me more. Tell me more.
Yeah.
I want to join." So I agree with you. What about you, Dave?
I agree. This past week was great. It really was an exciting week to line up new exciting creators for the platform. And, I'm excited with the development. I get a chance to talk with them on a daily basis now. And, the work, all the work that we've been coding for months now, that you can start to touch it, see it, and breathe on it, and start playing with it. That's the fun stuff. So, we're in the acceleration phase. We really are. So it's off to the races.
I agree. And other than that, I don't have anything else to say other than I'm going to be meeting more and more creators. I know that there's going to be more announcements coming in, and just like anything else, and again, just being radically transparent. All this is just ensuring that there's when a creator joins, the major creators join, that there is a mutual benefit from us. And if it doesn't happen, I'll be the first one to say, hey, did not materialize. That's why we try to omit names and do all that kind of stuff. But the stuff that we saw this week with the poem from the late Tupac Shakur, that's something that is going to be huge. And that's something that I'm personally excited about. So can't wait to work with that team this week on making sure that we materialize it and we publish it into memories. So
That's right.
I don't have anything more to say. So with that, on behalf of the entire team here at VOYR, Dave Siles, our CEO, Enrique, el Presidente Barreto, although Dave is calling his janitor, but he's not. He's the CEO. You have Robin the Rippers. You have Mara Rivera, the advisor, Girl One. And we have Brandon Myers, the CTO, which is El Profesor, or the professor. Thank you so much for being part of the VOYR family. We'll see you next time. Have a great time.
And bye, everyone.
See you guys.